How's it going, David from Comic Book Investments? So we just finished the She-Hulk series. Just watched the finale just now. And I mean, a lot of people will say, oh, it's not made for you guys, usually men. And if you look on most YouTube reviewers, it's mostly guys. So and a lot of people will say, hey, it's made for females. Well, we have a female right here.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, my wife, Sarah.
Oh, you got it right this time.
Yes, I did. So let's see if it's made for, because obviously it's not made for me. I've been pretty vocal how I don't really care for it, but maybe it's made for females. So what did you think of the finale? Let's go with the finale.
Finale only, yeah. So we talked about the first half or whatever. Finale, I felt like it was a hot mess. Like, I thought that it was like, okay, how are we going to wrap everything up? And then all of a sudden, as soon as it starts to get even more weird and you're like, where the hell are they going? Then she stops and realizes, she's like, wait, do you think that this is weird as much as I think that this is weird? And we're all like, yeah, it is kind of weird. So obviously she's breaking the fourth wall and like, that's fun. But I did like how she went even above and beyond the fourth wall. Like she actually like went out of the screen and was like the home Netflix homepage or whatever.
I did like how they did try something new and different.
Yeah.
So I'll give them an A for like effort.
I hadn't seen that before. It's a first, so that was fun.
Yeah, it's unique. But Deadpool does the fourth wall breaking way, way better than this did. But it failed ultimately. But I thought I was like, oh, this is unique.
It's just like she got out of the fourth wall and then she never like went back into like the original storyline. It's like she went in and tried to like fix it or whatever. She literally edited.
But here's the thing:
out.
She tried to edit the storyline, but there was no story. The main plot was, which randomly shows up towards the end of the series, is trolls, online trolls.
Yeah,
that's
that
the
was
main villain. That's like, what is this? Like, this is so stupid. It was like, I even turned to her like before all this started happening, and I was like, is the main villain just online trolls? Mm-hmm. That's what it is, and I'm like,
I was like, yeah, it kind of took me a second to realize, like, yeah, that's what's happening, and that's It's just
the thing that like pissed me off was in the first episode they show Titania break through the courtroom, and then She-Hulk turns into She-Hulk, and then they fight, but they don't really show anything. And the whole time I'm like, okay, they're gonna circle back to that because why was Titania breaking into the courtroom? Because no one knew that Jen Walters was She-Hulk yet because that was the first time she transformed in front of everyone.
Yeah, it's like, why was she there?
And why did she break through the wall? Like, why didn't she just come through? Because she's a celebrity, why would she risk her image and also have to go to jail?
There was no point for her being in that room at that moment.
Yeah, why did she break through? No one knew that Jen Walters was She-Hulk.
Why the hell would she be there?
Yeah, the whole thing was just stupid.
It didn't make sense.
Like, I'm like,
I always thought that they were going to circle back to that.
I did too. I thought, oh, there's going to be a reason for it. Nope, no reason. Whoever these writers were terrible.
Except the one joke that was like, oh, this girl really doesn't like using doors.
Yes, and she doesn't. That was the joke at the finale. But the thing was, she's a celebrity and influencer. You can't be breaking through a courtroom wall and not expect to be arrested. Like,
yeah, that was weird.
It was just so. I mean, the fourth wall stuff was whatever. So, what did you think?
They tried.
What did you think of the series as a whole?
Series as a whole, I would give it a 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
So you liked it?
I mean,
she's nice. She's too nice.
I enjoyed parts of it. I don't like it how I felt like it was all over the place. My biggest qualm is that it didn't feel like it had a purpose. My biggest and favorite thing about the MCU is how every movie, every piece of it feels intentional. Yeah. Every piece of it feels like
to something.
Yeah, like there's a reason for doing something. This movie helps this movie, which helps this movie, which ties it back to this movie, and then 5 forward and 5 back. That's what's cool about it. And you feel like you're watching something that's important. This one felt like, what the hell was I watching? What was the point of it?
There is no point.
This didn't benefit anyone. This didn't benefit whose storyline did it benefit?
Even if it was just like, oh, it's self-contained, it's on its own, right? It's supposed to be a comedy. It is not funny. There's a couple parts I was like, that's kind of funny. Not really funny. The courtroom stuff, you think it'd be like kind of like a Law and Order, CSI, some like awesome, cool court drama. Nope, you get none of that. It's pretty bad. Like it fails
it
on.
doesn't really deliver on like either of those like pillars.
It fails on what it's trying to be. Like if you're a comedy, be a comedy, make people laugh. But I didn't laugh. I mean, a couple parts I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Did you really laugh?
I mean, I laughed. The most I laughed at the finale was the Smash joke.
Oh,
The Matt Murdock. Wink, wink. That
Yeah.
was fun.
that was about.
What
the
did she
only,
say?
She said, "This is what Hulks do. We smash stuff."
smash.
And she said,
She's like,
going through the list of things she
Smash this,
smashed.
smash that. She's like,
And
Matt
Matt,
Murdock.
yeah. Basically, if Matt Murdock wasn't in
He
the show,
definitely saved it. Like
she would give it
towards the
a
end.
2
Yeah, maybe like a 3.
or 3. So if
Yeah.
the 2 episodes that had Matt Murdock in it, if they didn't exist, if Daredevil wasn't in there, she would not like it.
And
Basically,
if you think about it, why the hell was he there?
because she
He
asked
was the lawyer. That's right. He was the guy's lawyer.
in episode 8. Episode 8 was interesting.
good one, yeah.
That was
a good episode.
I like turned to her and I was like, whoa, this turned into an actual show.
Yeah.
When episode 8, not the finale, the one before, with Daredevil in it. Because there's like some action, there's
Felt
stuff
like a
going
Daredevil
on.
episode. It looked like a
The
Daredevil
courtroom was
episode.
somewhat entertaining. Like the whole thing was entertaining, like movies and TV shows should be.
And it had different writers, remember? You looked it up.
Well, it basically,
It did. huh?
according to IMDb, it had less of the female writers. That's all I'm going to
Say
say.
with that what you will.
According to IMDb, what we thought was the best episode, we weren't the only ones. If you go on IMDb,
true.
every episode's like a 5 or a 3.
It's also
Rated
the one
by
that
other-
he's in. So.
You know, but Wong was in some, in Abomination.
Sorry, Juan.
But every episode's either a 5 or a 3 on IMDb, except the Daredevil episode. It's like a 7 or something like that. It's the highest rated one. And I looked it up, and it
It's
has
the best one.
And
Better than finale.
yes, definitely. It felt like I was like, just give me 9 episodes of that stuff.
Yeah.
It felt like an actual TV show, and it just had, according to IMDb, it had less of the female writers. That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
Well, because it was so like, oh, you're a millennial. This is what you would like. It was so like the Kevin Bott thing. Like it made sense. Like he said that we are an algorithm and that's how we created everything.
The female writers were just writing stuff that they thought millennials would like.
Yeah,
Like
it
the
was like they
twerking,
literally put the twerking, how
Or
what's her face was
the drunk
in
girl.
it. All of it. It was just like, oh, this
She
is what
didn't like the drunk
millennials-
girl.
Oh, I didn't like the girl. She was annoying.
Yeah.
Again, she didn't produce anything.
There's a
What
lot-
did she do?
I will say there was a lot of characters in here that are just annoying.
Yeah, most of them. The ribbit guy was annoying. The magician was annoying.
Yeah.
The drunk girl was annoying.
Yeah.
Tartania's annoying.
Yeah.
Titania, whatever.
Titania. Yeah. Do you think she'd be?
She's like an influencer.
and
but
she
it's
liked her in the other show she was in.
yeah, a good place.
Yeah.
I like the actress. I don't like the character. But it's like, because it's so like, this is what an influencer is. And she's so self-absorbed. And I just didn't like that at all.
Yeah. It was. I don't know.
It was so stereotypical of what they think
So
millennials
who
are
do you
into.
think this show is for? If it's your girl, you didn't like it. I mean, you don't speak for all women, but
Yes. I think that it is for millennial female more than male, but it's still some male. It's probably like
I don't know. A lot of people
50-40.
A lot of people really just don't like this show. I'm sure there's people that do. There's people that like all sorts of things. I personally did not like this at all. Like if you take any superhero stuff out of it and just average normal people
Yeah.
playing these parts, I didn't find it funny. I didn't find the courtroom drama very good. I would never watch this show. This would be what I call garbage TV. The only
would
reason I watch
watch-
it is because the only reason, like we were talking, and we didn't watch it for a while because it's like every time we decide to on a show, we
Yeah.
never go to She-Hulk, and
I forgot about it.
yeah, and we were watching the Jeffrey Dahmer stuff instead.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, it's almost over. We got to do it. And the only reason I wanted to continue on is so we could do this video together because I find it fun to do this with her, put her on my show. So that's the only reason. if I didn't have a YouTube channel to do this, I would never watch that
Yeah.
show.
I would say you asked me, and I would watch a season 2 if it came up. I don't know if I'd watch the whole season, but I definitely would want to watch the first episode just to see how much they reflect on the first one and like how they're going to dig themselves out of the hole that they're in the first episode. I like it when they have to do like a callback to something from the beginning.
Well, the point of a show is what it is. So if it's a comedy, it's to make you laugh. It's a drama, it's to hook you and make you invest in the characters. Or whatever it is, action, it gives you cool action. I don't know what this is because it's not funny, so I can't view it as a comedy. It doesn't have any good stories, so it's not a drama. It's not like, you got to find out what happens to this character and this character.
A good plot at all.
There is no plot.
Yeah, literally.
At first you're thinking, it's Titania. She's behind it the whole time. No, not really. It's just a bunch of internet trolls. But
Right.
even that, they kind of scrapped that a little bit, and it's just like, I don't know. And then they throw in at the end, made me so mad. They threw in Hulk's son Scar, and he shows up. And he was gone. Hulk was only gone for a few months. This was only a few months. This wasn't years that this happened to her.
Time's different in space.
This is a few months, and he shows up with a son. And the thing that made me mad is because they ruined one of the best Hulk stories, World War Hulk. It's basically Planet Hulk, and he goes to another planet, not against his will, falls in love, has a son.
They might be able to still bring it back.
The ship he came on blows up, destroys the planet, destroys everything he loved, and he comes back and just kills everyone. They destroyed that. Oh, I can't stand this new Hulk. Because the cool thing about Hulk is you have the greatest weapon in the world because he's the strongest there is. Everyone knows that. They all know that. Everyone on my channel and the world knows that Hulk is the strongest there is. And so, but he's unpredictable and you can't control him. So you have the best weapon in the world, but you don't know if the weapon's going to turn on you. That's what makes Hulk great. And then this one, he's just a worthless sack of nothingness.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he's kind of nothing. As you say, he's neutered.
Yeah, neutered. She doesn't like that word that I use. He is. I don't know. So I would give this show a 3. I
would probably be at the 3 if it wasn't for Daredevil, Matt Murdock. I like that. He totally saved it.
It was the only 2 actors that had chemistry.
They did have good chemistry.
Name any of the other characters that had chemistry. Not her and her friend, her best friend. Titania and anyone else she interacted with, no. Any of the guys that were in a law office, no. I hated the fact that there's one guy on there that wasn't like a douchebag, and that was their friend that worked at the law office. Pug or whatever. And they made him the dumbest person in the world. He's a lawyer. He's like, I don't know what to do. What do I do? Here, put this ear thing in it. Now say this. Well, I don't know. And he just seems so stupid the whole time. And I'm like, are you kidding me? He's a lawyer.
Yeah, he should be able to improvise.
Yeah, exactly. That's what lawyers do. They go up there and then some guy,
not all of them try a lawyer.
Still, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Still, it doesn't matter. He should be able to hold his own. He's not a moron. Like, he literally just like the dumbest person on the planet. And this girl has to tell him what to do and come and save the day. And I was like, that's the problem is they make these characters.
That's when the shit hit the fan. So it's
it's
everything got off the rails. It's like you can't judge it anymore because they even stopped it because they knew how ridiculous it was.
Yeah.
They just like, we can't even dig ourselves out of this hole. We just have to stop it now.
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't, this is my point of view. I couldn't recommend this show to anyone. I wouldn't tell people like, oh, should I watch She-Hulk?
You gotta go watch it. Yeah, because people ask like,
no.
are you guys watching this? Or
yeah.
is David watching that? What does David think of She-Hulk?
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
you don't like it.
Yeah, it's not good. But most of the MCU TV shows haven't been all that great. We watched WandaVision and Loki. I don't think you saw the other ones.
No, I did like WandaVision.
Yeah.
I can't really remember them. There's too many.
And they're also kind of forgettable.
Yeah,
that's the problem. But that will be it. Let me know what you guys think of it down below. Have a great day.
Bye.